We're live as I'm checking my WhatsApp feed. Do you use WhatsApp?
I do.
You do.
I
WhatsApp, I think, was billed as like the if you're gonna have an affair, definitely use WhatsApp, right? Because I was told nothing gets sent to any kind of cellular like.
That's good to know.
I don't know if that's the case.
Noted.
Noted. Affairs equals WhatsApp.
Today's theme.
Today's theme is having an affair. No, I thought your name was Louise. You said your name might.
No, my name is Louise Phillips Forbes. Everybody but my husband calls me Wheezy.
Wheezy. Everyone but your husband. So I
met him
not
on
your husband. And
I
can
met
call you
him on a
Wheezy.
blind date, and we're at Des Artistes, and he's looking at the menu. I was like, "Oh, my friends call me Wheezy." He's like, "I will never
call you Wheezy." That being said, they got married, and how long have you been married? Please don't tell me it's 20 years.
14. I was a late bloomer. 41.
41 was when you
First
got
child
married.
at 42, second child at 44.
Bless you. First child at 39, second child at 40. Awesome.
Amen.
Boys, girls, mixture?
House full of men.
Really?
Toilet seat will never go down again.
House full of women. We know nothing but estrogen. Yeah, so we're the opposite of your household. How old are your
We
boys?
do a little M&A. I've got a 10 and 12.
Okay, I have a 1 and 2.
All right.
So I'm in
That's
a tough
just
place.
not right to look like that with a 1 and a 2.
There was a lot of pressure on me when I left today's show to go on maternity leave to come back to the show in the same condition I was when I went back. So,
I needed that. I need that contract.
right, you need to know that if you're going to come back to work and you're not in the same shape that
5
you were in,
months.
you're
I
gonna
put on
have-
74 pounds with each child.
74?
Yes, that's 100.
Were you always in shape before you got pregnant?
Oh, I was a dancer. That's how I came to New York.
So did you just pass out? Did you walk by a mirror one day and just absolutely
No, I
pass
just
out?
ate clearly for 2 gestational periods.
Wow.
My husband did 30 pounds out of compassion.
Of course. And you get that, and he
Yes.
has to, because what kind of
Yes.
husband would be if he didn't?
Yes,
First he's
indeed.
calling you Louise, and then he's eating for you. He's a great guy. Wait, can I just talk about that for a second? Because you're
Yeah.
clearly a fit person.
Love
First of all, Louise is a amazing real estate agent. Can I
Real
call
estate,
you that?
please. I'm a broker at Halstead Property and been in the business for 27 years.
Wildly successful. Obviously, you have great taste in colors of your dresses.
Thank you.
This was not planned. I just met her maybe 6 minutes ago, so we go way back, and we did not plan this at all. But obviously you understand how being fit is both okay
Yes.
for your muscles, but amazing for your mind, right?
Yes, I am a lifetime athlete.
What does that
and
mean?
I was a dancer. I grew up playing basketball, long jump, high jump, shot put, 440 hurdles. I mean,
Oh my gosh. You talk the language too.
but it is a way of life, and
Right.
it's from the inside out.
Yes.
And it's a mind, body, and soul experience. And for me as a mother and a late bloomer at that, I really need kids learn by doing.
Right.
And so everything that I feel I teach them every day is by living it.
I like that. Are they active and
Oh.
athletic?
First of all, my husband and I feel that a family that plays together stays together.
Right.
So I'm married to a Canadian, so
Hockey
we
is
have
part
travel
of it.
hockey.
Gotcha.
161 games this last season. I
Who?
have
Him or
just
your boys?
my 2 boys. That doesn't count lessons and practice.
Again, the
and my
acoustics are really
husband's.
bad, but it did sound like you said 161 games.
161 games.
I can't even count that high, and you're going to these games.
Yes.
Okay, that's crazy.
My son walked out on the beach when he was not even 5 years old, pointing the finger at a guy riding his surfboard down the
No.
ocean, and we learned to surf. All of us, we travel all over the world to do that.
I love that.
I'm building a little house on the beach in Montauk, right at Ditch Plain, so we can catch a wave. If I'm not here, I'm there.
Get out of here. That's so interesting because I once ate at a restaurant called Dish Plains. So I feel like
Yep,
if
Mark
that's
Murphy's.
not a reason for me to be invited to your house in Montauk that you are building right at Ditch Plains, I don't know what is.
Yeah, there you
basically.
go. I think it's a good call.
So you more than anyone understand that once it's part of your family, like it just does
is.
so many wonders for everyone,
And
right?
I have a secret to tell all you listeners today that I used to smoke, believe it or not.
Wow.
And in order for me to change my life, I had to change my habits. And I used to roll out of bed with a cup of coffee and a cigarette, and I had to roll out of bed and go to the gym. And that is how I broke that chain of
Not
behavior.
easy.
It's not.
How'd you do
It's
it?
not. 1991, July 2nd at 7:01 in the morning.
Okay, so for people that want to start, have no idea where or no idea how, and this is what I talk to people about all the time, like what was the impetus? Like what made you say on July 1st, this is what it's going to be and this is what it's going to be for the rest of my life? How did you do
Well,
it?
I didn't do it for the rest of my life. I did it a day at a time.
That's the key.
And that took me off the hook. And I also did a lot of things so that I could manage my eating, because it's a stress thing. To me, it's a stuffing, that action of...
Well, it doesn't help that you're like 6'9". There's like a lot to stuff down there. You probably like are never full. You're like long and leggy. That's a compliment. I just said it in this weird voice. I don't know why I'm even using this voice. Like, what is that all about? I get that, and a lot of people do that with the stress eating, right? Or anything, any anxiety whatsoever, and it's easier to get food than to process it and try to deal with it.
Amen.
And so how do you do that? How do you curb that?
Well, I literally was just diagnosed. I'm pre-diabetic. That just happened 4 weeks ago. I feel like as a mom and a wife and a late bloomer, while I was a dancer, I really never learned about nutrition, and now I have to. I mean, Mark Heyman, the blood sugar solution. Frank Lipman I go to Frank Lipman, who is a wellness doctor, and also I read this book that I really try to educate myself with, Mitch Gaynor's The Gene Therapy Plan, which is about every meal you can reprogram yourself genetically. So I'm predisposed to diabetes, which will probably be my children also,
I was going to say.
as they are with my dyslexia. And me learning how to feed them and teach them what servings are and what sugar is to them and what it does to your body is an awareness that starts today.
Right. How supportive is your husband with all of this?
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, he is. I'm the kite and he's my string.
Okay. Well, explain it to me then, because I have 2 little kids who just want pop, pop, pop. I want a pop. I want a pop. I think that was like the first sentence they learned. And I'm obviously very healthy. Steph, my partner, is, she was born with the inability for her inner thighs to touch, like they've never touched. Like, as girls, when we grew up, might have been touching since birth.
Skinny bitches.
Yeah, we don't like those people. Like,
Oops,
and I'm with
sorry.
one. No, it's okay. So she's more apt to letting the kids have what they want, not crazy food. And I'm always trying to press to have a little bit healthier. So we're trying to balance out the household.
But today, with online and access to recipes, there's some amazing stuff.
There is,
My
right?
kids have fallen in love with protein shakes because they think they're drinking literally banana milkshakes.
Right.
But they got a lot of whey protein in them, or rice protein. We make fresh squeezed lemonade pops. And
oh, that's good.
So there are tricks of the trade,
Right.
that mixing up yogurt and making those with bananas where they get the big chunk, and sometimes you put dark chocolate in them.
Right.
It's okay.
Right. Sometimes you don't even put bananas. Sometimes you're just eating chocolate. Might as well order pizza. Obviously, you're very fit. Tell me what your workout regimen is now.
My
I'm just
regimen?
curious.
Well, I kind of live, eat, and breathe for SoulCycle. We talked
Oh,
about this
yeah.
earlier. So the founders of SoulCycle are very dear friends of mine. I do all their real
Wonderful.
estate. And I do that about 3 to 4 times a week. And I also go to Punch, which is sort of cross-training with boxers. And that's on the Upper East Side. And I do that 3 times a week. And then I surf whenever I catch a wave.
I love that. Where are you from?
Born and raised Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay. Big waves out in Nashville.
Yeah.
Big waves. That's big wave country. It's in Nashville. So this came about because your boys were into surfing.
The surfing, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we all learned 6-7 years ago. I mean, my son was on a board that was like 10 feet long. It was like a sidewalk in Costa Rica when he was 4.
Wow.
I have great pictures of him naked with like
Yeah.
red zinc on his face.
Right. That's great. So I'm always curious if I speak to anyone who lives in New York City who deals with real estate. This is, I would think, the hardest city in the world to have to navigate through. I mean,
To purchase,
to just
a home.
understand, to deal. I mean, this was so hard for us to just figure out where we wanted to be and buying it and the whole 9 yards. It's different than any other city in the world. It's a little bit of like a real estate rat race here in New York City.
It is.
You
but
love it. You feed
for
off
me
it.
and the way. I mean, real estate to me is the business of people.
Yeah.
And figuring out what makes someone tick is what I'm actually good at. Then you kind of back into it, and you have. For me, I had to make the city small.
Okay.
You know, I go to Fairway and I'm like, guys, I'm out of money. I need $5. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get the half and half, and I'll bring it back tomorrow.
Love that.
But that is how I made a big city a small town.
That's so interesting.
That feels safe for me.
What makes you successful? I mean, what makes you different than anyone else that's doing this? Because there are so many people that are doing it, and you obviously have figured it out.
Probably for me, what I find the most fulfilling is figuring out what makes someone tick, and having the agenda that I'm really, I think of myself more of an educator than a salesperson.
Okay.
And so I'm interested in the right deal. It doesn't matter when it happens, because 99% of the business I do are with personal relationships.
Okay. And it will happen if it's supposed to happen.
And it does. And you know, you have to, it's a big commitment, as you know, and you have to really want to own. And the great thing about today, despite how expensive particularly New York might be, you know, it is cheaper 60% across America to own than it is to rent.
Is it?
Yeah.
So
that's good news.
For all the bad decisions I made in my life, real estate happened to have been one good one.
It is the quickest way to create wealth in your life.
Amazing. I'm so rich. Yeah! That's so awesome. You need to sit next to me all the time and tell me how wealthy I am. Because that is amazing. What's next for you? Like, what do you want to do? I mean, obviously you're now that you're predisposed
when I grow up.
No, like, what do you want to, like, where do you want the boys to go? Like, do you want them to go into this? What does your husband do?
My husband, I'm married to a serial entrepreneur. So he creates businesses and sells them. And we met when he wasn't making a paycheck, and you know, he is strategic and humble and probably one of the smartest men I know. And you know, I love we operate as a team. So my mother always told me to do what you love and follow your heart, and the money will come. And that is what I hope to instill in my children, because if you wake up every day, you do what you love, then it almost doesn't matter. I mean, you obviously need to pay your bills, but we navigate it, and if you lead with your heart and live with your heart, then the rest will come.
I couldn't agree with you more. It's exactly what I'm doing. It is one of the reasons I left the Today Show. I eat, live, sleep, and breathe fitness and wellness, and I love working with people, even on the smallest of small scales. It makes me happy, right? It makes me happy.
You can make a difference in a finger. You can put a thumbprint into your everyday life and the people around you.
So when you say something like, I want to know what makes someone tick, like I want to know what makes someone want to change, change their life and their habits and their lifestyles, and if I can be a small part of them on that journey and help them in some way, same with you, right? Just getting someone on track and getting them happy, and that's the bottom line. Well, you have such great energy. Like, I love who you are. I love that you're like me and you're a late bloomer.
I love that we match.
I was going to get to that afterwards.
I just want to know, when can I have your arms?
Fashion-wise, you can have my arms and my shirt the minute that Lance presses stop on here, which is probably never, because he waits for me to say something stupid. I want to be friends with you. Let's go take a SoulCycle class sometime.
Done.
Can we do that?
Done.
I mean, you'll probably destroy me if you're going 3-4 days a week.
And I'll take you to punch too.
I would love that. Let's work out sometime.
All right, I'd love that.
Perfect. And then I'll show you some of the real estate in this Midtown West area of the city, because you probably have no idea what's happening.
I'm just 20 blocks north.
I love that. Louise, thank you. Weze.
Thank you, Weze.
Thank you so much. And come back and talk to me soon.
All right.
Perfect.
Awesome.
We'll be right
back.
back.
Shut it off?
Yes, please shut it off now.
You have anything stupid you
Nope,
want to say
I have
first?
nothing stupid I'm going to say.
Please,
I'm going to wait.
please say something stupid.
Nope, we're going to wait.
Okay.
Nope, smiling.